Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. I am the Golden Light Goddess, and I'm here today to do a general reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of February 2018. I am a little late with getting my February readings out this month. The energy at the beginning of the month was just truly powerful with the lunar eclipse in my sign of Leo. It just made things super duper crazy, but I'm here now, and this month I'll be using the Morgan Greer deck for the main portion of the reading, the 5-card reading I'll be doing today. And the cards that you see displayed on my table represent what the cards that we'll be looking at today. Also, I'll be pulling one additional guidance card or two, or however many decide to come, from the Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light. Now, if you'll recall, if you were tuned in last month, in the month of January, we did pull a card for every month of the year for each sign. And your card for the month of February, Virgo, was the Page of Pentacles. Now, pages normally bring messages. When I see the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the message may not be that, positive, or it could also mean that there's a lack of goals or goal setting, some immaturity. This could also represent a child. If it represents a person, a young person is who it would represent. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn even. But this card is going to represent either some news coming in that's less than joyous, or not taking advantage of opportunities as they present themselves to you. Could also indicate some frustration. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest of your cards for the month of February for Virgo. So, calling on my guides, angels, teachers, helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Virgo. Asking for 5 cards today that would give us some guidance and clarity for the sign of Virgo for the month of February 2018. Giving thanks in advance for perfect clarity, perfect wisdom, and perfect vision as we look at the energies surrounding the sign of Virgo for the month of February 2018. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That card. Alright, Virgo, February 2018. What do we have in store for the sign of Virgo for February 2018? Alright, Virgo, that feels pretty good right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at 5 cards for the sign of Virgo. Alright, Virgo, so let's go ahead here and take a look at your cards. First up, we have your relationship card. You do have the major arcana Temperance coming in as your relationship card. Now, relationships can, of course, be personal relationships. They can also be relationships with yourself. The Temperance card is all about balance and harmony and self-control. So here I'm really feeling, and also patience, being patient with your loved ones, your co-workers, and yourself even. So there's this need to balance, to bring balance into your relationships in the month of February. As you all know, Valentine's Day is also in the month of February, and perhaps that may be an opportunity for you to bring some balance into your relationship with another person, or even yourself. I'm really feeling that with some Virgos there is some one-sidedness, like a 70-30 type of relationships that you're in, 60-40, where the balance is maybe slightly off. It's not like I don't feel like it's a really high number like 90-10, but there's some imbalance there within your relationships. Again, this could be co-workers, it could be family, it could be your love, your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, but there's a need to bring some balance there to the relationship sector for Virgos. And February actually presents the opportunity for you to do that. When we see these cards coming in at certain times, that means that the energy is right for you to do just that, to address the imbalance that may be present in whatever relationship. You would know which relationship is out of balance there. All right, so next up we have the Queen of Swords coming in your abundance area. This queen is just straight to the point. I mean, she's a no-nonsense queen. She knows what she wants, and she knows exactly how to accomplish that. So very good to see this coming in your abundance area. It means that you have a very logical and self-sufficient way about yourself that will allow you to continue to bring the abundance towards you and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So seeing the Queen of Swords here in your abundance area is also is a very good card here. Again, indicating that you do have the ability to be very self-sufficient, and you exercise that ability very well. So that's all good for Virgo for the month of February. Now next up we have your position, and in this your position card, we're really looking at how you're viewing your circumstances and the challenges that you're faced with and the energy that you're currently in the month of February. Now this is the give and take card, and notice here we do have the scales, the balance scales. We were talking about balancing out your relationships earlier. So seeing this balance and scale in your position, that tells me that you're already aware of the need to bring balance to certain relationships in your life. This is all about give and take. So you're looking, what I'm feeling here is that when you look out on the world, you are very logical. 1 + 1 = 2. Not that other people look at it as 1 + 1 = 3. I just mean to say that you're very logical and very methodical when it comes to thinking, and that carries over into your giving. Very giving and very open-hearted is what's coming through here for Virgos in the month of February. So the Six of Pentacles that we're looking at is a very giving and receiving. It's about being generous. So you're seeing yourself as a very generous, your position, maybe you're positioned to be very generous in the month of February. So that's also a very positive way, a positive perception, of your position here in the month of February. Now, next up, we have the King of Pentacles coming in as your challenge card. Now, the King of Pentacles is really a master of the suit of Pentacles. And of course, the suit of Pentacles is all about material things. So there could be this, and he's very practical. So you may be challenged with being practical in this give and take that you're experiencing in the month of February. It's going to be challenging for you to be practical in some areas. And again, I'm also drawn back to the Temperance card here coming up in your relationship area, reminding you that there's a need for balance and harmony in your relationships. And this could also indicate that there is harmony in your relationships and that there is balance in your relationship. But normally when I see this card, in the first impression that I received when I looked at this card was that there was a need there to bring that balance and harmony forward. But again, getting back here to the King of Pentacles as your challenge card, you could find yourself looking or dealing with challenges as it relates to your material success. He is coming up in the upright, but he's coming up as a challenge. If this card were in the reverse, I would definitely say that there's a challenge there with material success. But perhaps the challenge is simply managing your material success. I'm also drawn back to your overriding energy card here of the Page of Pentacles. This page was about lacking focus. So perhaps there is this need for you to be very focused and very diligent in the area of your finances in the month of February. Again, we didn't see any real issues with finances. We saw a lot of practicality here, as a matter of fact, in the area of finances when we looked at abundance. And Spirit is reminding me right this moment that abundance is not just money. Abundance could also very well be an abundance of friends, an abundance of love, an abundance of whatever, it's not just money is the point that Spirit is definitely wanting me to mention here. So when we see the Queen of Swords in your abundance sector, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is money related. It just means that you're being very logical about the abundance that is in your life, which could be something other than money. Because here we have the challenge of the King of Pentacles, reminding me and reminding you as well, Virgo, that there is this need to be very logical when it comes to spending coins. All right. So in the advice position, we have another king coming in. You have the King of Swords coming in the advice position here. This is a very powerful and intentional king, very fast acting, and he's a leader of thought. And that's the advice that Spirit has for you, is to be a leader when it comes to your thought processes. When you're working on balancing things out, when you're working on giving and taking and being logical in your spending, you're also being asked to be very mindful and diligent about your thoughts, the thoughts that come to you as it relates to your life in general, not just your finances or your relationships, but life in general. So the advice here from Spirit is to be a master of your thoughts, to look at your thoughts in a very positive and open and loving way, and to allow them to guide you forward, is what I'm picking up here with the King of Swords. All right, so let's go ahead now and draw one guidance card for the sign of Virgo for February 2018. Looking for one additional guidance card for the sign of Virgo. Giving thanks in advance for the perfect guidance for the sign of Virgo for the month of February 2018. That one wants to come out. All right. So let's see what we have as your Gaia Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth and stay grounded. All right. So about staying grounded here, Gaia represents the Earth. I'm also reminded of the World card, everything coming full circle for Virgo, and again, being grounded and logical. Here we were just talking about the King of Swords being a master of thought, not allowing thoughts to, negative thoughts, that is, to overtake you or run your decision-making process. You're being guided here. This was your advice card, and this is your spiritual advice card. So in both instances, they're really speaking similar things here, reminding you to stay connected to what matters most for you, and to keep a very positive outlook about your life and about your circumstances. So yes, be mindful of the planet as well. So if there's an opportunity to perhaps recycle or, do things to connect with Mother Earth and to take care of Mother Earth, if you're inclined to do that type of thing, absolutely. Spirit is acknowledging you, first of all, for that. If you are the type of individual who is very earth conscious, Spirit is acknowledging your consciousness about the earth and giving thanks and gratitude to you for being so conscious of Mother Earth. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm getting for some Virgos out there that are into this very positive way, because Mother Earth is alive. This is a living being that is supporting all of us. So it would behoove all of us to be very mindful of Mother Gaia. And that's also why I think I'm picking this up as gratitude. Someone out there listening, a Virgo, is being very, very conscious of the earth. And this is Spirit saying thank you for that and to keep it up. All right, so that concludes your reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of February. Thank you so much for joining me this month, and I look forward to seeing you again in the month of March. Namaste.